Hello everyone, I'm a fisher online and I am in Serbia. And today in this video I just want to look at some info on catching the rainbow trout and the asp and the chubs. And the two methods that I will give info on is the fly fishing, connected winch and fly fishing, and you can also catch all three of them with lure fishing doing some spinning. Get one on this cast. Now for me personally, the fly fishing here in Serbia is a lot of fun. It works really well, and the river trouts and asp and chubs gets very big here. You catch regular large variants on all those three species. So it's a nice place to come to if you want to catch some large river trouts, chubs and asps. See what we have here. It's a baby river trout. Now firstly, for the fly fishing, I use the 18 kilogram fly setup together with a 14.5 kilogram fly leader. And the main reason why I use such a strong fly setup is because of the river trouts. The river trouts get really very big here and very feisty. And I'm not a big fan of chasing fish with a boat, so I use my 18 kilogram setup, so if I catch the big river trouts that I don't have issues bringing them in. And the two main flies that I use is the Ruben fly grasshopper, is very good, as well as the woolly bumblebee. That is the two that I use the most. And the areas you can do fly fishing in a lot of areas really. You can fly fish from shore, from shore you can even fly fish on the right hand side here in the shallow little river part. But what I like to do, I like to come out with the boat into the little bit more deeper areas where areas where I currently am. I usually come first here. That is my first spot that I choose always. But you sometimes need to move around. The fish moves around, and you literally can move everywhere with your fly fishing in the big river. You can just move around until you find an active spot, and then you can catch these guys there. And this one is my favorite. I drive out to the right and I park here just before the very deep hole is where I park. It's here in line of the campsite, and then I cast this whole area all around me that I cast with the fly fishing. You will see there if we look to there, right over there about is the campsite. It's usually kind of in line of that I usually start, and then I mostly cast in the direction away of this depot. But that is definitely not the only place, and sometimes this place is dead because the fish move around. Then you just drive around with your boat and you just find an active spot. And the species you will catch on the fly fishing is your river trouts, your asps and your chubs. That's the three ones that you will mainly pick up with your fly fishing here. But you will also get the odd taimen, the Hugo taimen. They also sometimes take the flies. And especially if we look at the lake records, the river trouts, they get nice and big here. Current record is of a 15 kilogram river trout. and the fly fishing. The fly fishing is really fun for me. Yeah, for me in Serbia, it's one of the most fun fishings in Serbia to do the fly fishing. When I'm here, I always come and do some fly fishing, and I try to beat my personal best on the river trouts. I just usually cast the fly out, bring it in for a little bit, let it sit for a little bit. Sometimes I do just a little bit of a strip on it. That is how I use the fly. I cast it all around. Sometimes I cast it to the deeper area, cast it in the direction of shore. You can cast it all around. And when you pick up that big river trouts, it's a really a fun fish to catch, fun fish to bring out and play with. I just find sometimes that the spot can sometimes dry out very quickly. I'll catch maybe three or four fish quickly, and then I have to move around and find a new active spot. That do happen sometimes here in Serbia. If that happens to you, then just move around, drive to another part of the lake and just try and find a new active spot again. Just cast a bit in there towards shore. Just a small something. A roach. You get roach sometime in the fly fishing as well. That is small roach. Oh no, small shemaiaki. These shemayas you definitely also pick up with the fly. I don't get a lot of them, but you will definitely pick up these shemayas on the fly fishing as well. I'm just gonna make another couple of casts because I don't like to make my videos very long. Let's make another couple of casts, see what we get. Looks like this area already dried up. I caught those 4 or 5 that you saw on the keep net. I caught them quickly, and now suddenly the area is dead. It is something that is a bit frustrating, and that's really the whole most of the lakes in the game. You constantly have to move around and look for the fish. So usually what I would have done now, I would have just gone now a bit upriver or a bit to this side, closer to shore here, and just search for a new active spot. The other method you can catch these species is with lure fishing, spinning rod. I usually take my 25 or 18 because of the big river trouts or a taimen if you pick up one of those. And the two lures that works well, for me that works the best here, it's the 20-gram popper, it's Asp TW2 popper. And what also works well is all these bob shads, the 12-gram shads, the silver whitish one, the F1, and the orange one, the F3. Those are the lures that also works well here on the species. And with both the popper and the shads, I'm bringing about 25 speed with a twitch at around 1 second plus minus that I twitch it. The spot has completely died. Caught 4 fish and now it's completely dead. I will have to move. And we've got an asp. On the popper you will mostly get the asp. Most of the time you won't get as many river trout on the popper like you will on the fly fishing. And then the other one on the shads, the orange one is usually my first go-to. Either the orange or the silver ones. That's the ones that I use the most. And I use them the same way as the popper on a 25 speed with a steady retrieve and a little twitch every second or so. But that's it guys, that's all the info for these species. Just move around if this happens to you like with me. I got these 4 quickly in succession. The spot was very active and then as you see the spot just completely died after 4 fish. Then you just move around all around the lake until you find a new active spot. And you can even, especially with your fly fishing, you can even do it around the shallow little river area at the back here, and you will catch most of these species there as well. That's it for this one, guys. I will see you again. Cheers.